Hi friends and welcome. My name is Janine and this here is Butters, and we're coming to you from a rainy Washington day here on the ocean side. So I wanted to bring to you a slow, stretchy self-care practice. So go ahead and get comfy. As you can see, I am in my sweatsuit and apparently matching Butters quite nicely. So go ahead and put something warm on, put something cozy on so that you can be comfortable through the duration of your practice. We're going to stay low to the ground for this one, so we'll get into all areas of the body, but we'll just be gentle and slow and focus on pairing our movements with our breath. So let's go ahead and get started wherever you are. Maybe you'd like to start in a cross-legged seat here in Sukhasana. Maybe you have a furry friend nearby as well that you can snuggle up with. So once you've found your way in a comfortable seat, I'll invite you, if it feels good, to just close down the eyes. Sit back on the sit bones, creating a nice long spine. Maybe your hands find your lap or your knees or a dog nearby. And just begin to check in with your breath. Beginning to notice your inhales and notice your exhales without any need to change them. You might find that by noticing your breath, you automatically start to deepen it slightly. And that's okay. But can you just observe where it's at in the body? How deep, how shallow it might be to start today. And just giving our attention to the breath. We're going to focus on this breath as we move through our practice. So coating each stretch and each movement with our deep, nourishing breath. And as you breathe, checking in with self. How are you doing today? Where are you at? Trying to put everything aside that's already happened today so you can show up for your practice here and now. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose together. Holding at the top for just a moment, letting that breath fill you up. Feeling the nourishment and the fullness of energy that you get through that inhale. And then you can slowly release it out the mouth. Twice more like that, following your own breath. Inhale through the nose. Holding at the top. When you're ready, slowly exhale out the mouth. One more, in through the nose. Holding once you're full. And slowly exhaling out the mouth. Go ahead and blink your eyes open now, taking in your surroundings and your space. And we'll begin our movement practice today by getting into our extremities. So let's get into the fingers, the hands, the wrists. So just coming into some simple circles with the wrists here, moving in one direction and then moving in the other direction. And now begin to get your fingers and your thumbs into it. So really start to move each finger and your thumbs individually if you can. Might start to get a little bit weird or hard. And move in the other way if you can. Breathing steady here. And from here, we'll just articulate each finger individually. So starting with our thumbs, just begin to take your fingers and curl them inward and just give your thumbs some circles here. So really just focusing on your thumb movements, creating circles. And then moving in the other direction, just warming up these little joints in our hands. Moving on to your pointer finger now, so turning your fingers in one direction and in the other. So we don't give too much attention just to our fingers articulating these little movements. Moving on to your middle finger now, circling it one way and then in the other. So it might feel a little weird. But again, these little joints in our fingers, they do so much for us, our hands. Moving on to your ring finger now, so circling it. Maybe you find this one's, for me at least, a little bit trickier. So it's kind of more like I'm swiping my fingers in these little wave-like motions, moving in the other direction if you can. So really good just for our range of motion in our hands, stretching out these little joints and these little incremental muscles, excuse me, and then our pinkies. So moving in a circle one way and then in the other. Okay, so just shake it out now. So get a little stretch, some movement into the hands. All right, and from here, bring your hands back behind you. We're gonna stretch our feet, our legs out in front of us. And just go ahead and dorsiflexion in the feet. Push your fingertips into the earth just so you can sit up nice and tall here. So we're not slouching ourselves forward, we're opening up the chest. So flexing into the feet. Take a big breath in. Exhale as you point your toes. Inhale to flex. Exhale to point. And twice more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you can begin to rotate, so pointing your right toes, flexing your left, and then switch. Doing that a few times on your own, so following your breath too. As you inhale, you switch your feet. Exhale to stay. Inhale to switch. Exhale to stay. Inhale to switch. Exhale to stay. 2 more on your own. All right, from here, just flexing both of your feet for just a second. Let's plant firmly into our hands beside us and push the ground away from us. So this is Dandasana or staff pose. So gaze looks right out in front of you. Maybe look at a point of focus. Pushing away with your heels here. Take a breath in and out. And relax. Go ahead and cross your legs into a seat. And we're just gonna roll ourselves forward now onto our hands and knees. So finding yourself in a tabletop, we'll just get into a little cat and cow variation. So go ahead and walk your hands off the right side of your mat. Once you're there, you can begin to get into your cat and cow. So you're gonna inhale as you drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale to round. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale here, drop your belly. Exhale to round your spine. Twice more. Just getting into a little side body stretch into our cat and cow. Maybe you can tell if this feels a little different than in your traditional neutral position. Just switching things up a little bit here. 1 more wherever you are. And coming back to a neutral spine, let's go ahead and walk our hands to the center of the mat. And let's just do 1 round in that traditional shape. So drop your belly, lift your gaze on your inhale. Exhale to tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin to your chest. Coming back to a neutral spine, and we'll move over to the other side. So walk your hands off the left side of your mat and inhale as you drop your belly, lift your gaze. Blue sky is coming out here now. Exhale to round. A few more like that. Follow your breath. Inhale as you drop your belly and exhale as you really articulate and push your hands away from you as you round your spine. A few more. It's been pouring rain here all day long, and now it looks like it's clearing up. So, Butters, you're going on a walk after this. All right, once you've completed your last round, coming back to a neutral spine, we'll walk our hands back to the center of the mat. From here, just go ahead and drop your heels, your hips to your heels, that is. Open your knees and we'll walk our palms forward into a child's pose. Drop your head towards the mat and just take a second here in reverence, surrendering yourself to the earth. Feeling that stretch in your shoulders. Maybe you have a pet close by that you can pet. Let your hips be heavy. Checking in here one more time with yourself. How you're energetically feeling today. Just coding your practice with a bit of gratitude because you've shown up for you today and you are here practicing and breathing and stretching and checking in with yourself, and that's something that you should certainly be proud of. One more breath in and exhale out the mouth, letting yourself melt into the earth. As you inhale, we can walk our hands back up towards us as we lift ourselves up. We'll roll back forward onto our hands and knees. And from here, let's get into our thread the needle pose. So planting firmly into your left hand. We'll inhale as we reach our right up towards the sky. Maybe your gaze follows. And exhale as you thread it under your left, planting your right ear, your right head, your shoulder to the mat, and stretching that right arm away from you. Hello, Butters. She's happy to be a part of the practice, it seems. So push the ground away from you with your left hand here. Push into the back of your right hand as well, and see how that changes the stretch in your shoulder. Maybe you want to walk that left hand up towards the top of the mat. Taking 3 rounds of breath here. Nice and slow. Feeling what you feel in the stretch. Once you've completed your last exhale, go ahead and bring your hand back under your shoulder if you have it extended, and use that to push you up. So you're stretching your right hand back up towards the sky. Then exhale as you plant your right hand down to the mat to meet your left. Couple rounds of cat and cow here. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, inhale, exhale to round. One more time. Coming back to a neutral spine, go ahead and plant firmly into your right hand this time. As you peel your left across your chest and up towards the sky, inhaling here. Exhale as you thread your left arm under your right, bringing your shoulder, your head, your ear towards the earth. Using your right hand here to push the ground away from you, opening up your chest. Or maybe you'd like to walk that right hand forward to the top of the mat. So find your variation in your arms, pushing into the ground with the top of your left hand. Few rounds of breath. Feeling into the stretch in your shoulder on this side of your body. Completing your last round of breath. Once you've completed that exhale, inhale as you bring your right hand back under your shoulder if you have it extended, then pushing the ground away from you as you lift up, reaching your left hand back up towards the sky, and then placing your left hand to meet your right here in your tabletop. From here, let's just walk our knees towards our hands and then sit your hips back onto your heels. We'll go and bring our hands back behind us, pushing firmly into the fingertips here, squeezing your elbows together. And open up the chest, gaze up towards the sky. Just really opening up the heart space here, stretching through the chest and the pectorals, squeezing the shoulder blades. Take a breath in and out. Go ahead and release that. We'll bring ourselves forward, sliding yourself over to one side and bring your feet out in front of you. We'll come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly. So maybe you'd like to come more into a diamond shape, bringing your feet out farther away from you, or perhaps you'd like to bring your heels nice and close in towards you. So that will change depending on sensation, if you want something a little bit deeper or something a little bit more relaxed. So go ahead and try either and see what works. Maybe grab onto your ankles, the big toes, or maybe you'd like to grab onto the soles of the feet. Give yourself a little massage, little extra self-care here. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and fold forward, maybe letting your spine round here, really letting your head drop forward. We'll take 3 rounds of breath. Just let yourself fold forward. If you want an extra stretch, maybe you want to push your elbows into your knees, opening up your legs even more. On your next inhale, slowly roll yourself back up so your spine is nice and long. Let's roll our shoulders up towards the ears and roll them back behind us. All right, from here, go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. So maybe you're long on your mat here. I will turn. We're going to cross our right leg over our left so that our heel is just over top of our left knee, and then go ahead and bend into that left knee, placing the sole of the foot onto the earth, and we are coming into our figure 4 shape. So hands are back behind you, pushing the ground away, again opening up the chest just like we did in that other shape. And then from here, maybe you'd like to just rock your hips and your legs over to one side and then the other, or maybe you'd like to stay still. So just feeling into that outer glute and that outer hip on the right hand side. Keep the top foot here flexed as well. And breathe, continuing a nice, slow, steady breath. And again, depending on how deep of a sensation you would like to feel, if you walk that left heel towards you, you're going to get a deeper sensation than if you walk that heel out away from you. So maybe feel into each side, or feel into, how it feels, bringing it close or far away. You can play with either. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath here. On your next exhale, go ahead and lengthen your left leg long out in front of you. And we're just going to cross that right leg over top of the left, planting the right sole of the foot onto the earth. From here, you're going to bend your left leg, bringing your left heel towards your right glute, and then sit yourself up. So we're coming into a little twist. So grabbing onto your right knee with your left elbow, and then twisting open, bringing your right hand back behind you, and maybe your gaze starts to look over your right shoulder. So hug your belly button into your spine so that you're twisting from your midline here. Let your shoulders drop away from the ears, and breathe deeply. Maybe you'd like to close your eyes down. Next time you inhale, you can go ahead and release. So we're untwisting, coming back forward. And from here, let's just bring our right foot so that we're crossing our right heel onto our right knee. And then we're gonna slide that left one so it's right underneath our right knee. So we're setting ourselves up for our double pigeon or our fire log. So this can be a really deep stretch in the outer glute. Maybe you'd like to shove a little pillow or something in between your ankle and your knee here. That can be nice. And if it doesn't feel like too much for you today, maybe you'd like to begin to walk yourself forward, coming into a little fold here. Dropping your head to be heavy. Taking 2 rounds of breath. As you inhale, we'll walk ourselves back up if you are folded. And from here, we're just going to uncross everything so that we're coming back into our cross-legged shape. We'll just get into a twist before we get into our other side. So inhale as you reach your hands up towards the sky, and exhale as you bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand back behind you. Gaze looks over the shoulder again. Just one more full round of breath here. And inhale to come back to center. All right, let's lengthen our legs back long onto the mat. Watching out for your furry companion here. And we're gonna cross our left leg now over our right knee. Go ahead and bend into that right knee so you're placing the right sole of the foot onto the earth. And we're in our reclined pigeon on the second side. So pushing your hands into the mat behind you, opening up the chest, flexing into that left foot. And maybe you would like to rock side to side here if that feels good. Lay down, Butters. Good girl. Bless you. She wants to play. I don't blame her. The sun's coming out. Couple more rounds of breath here. Coming back to center now. Go ahead and lengthen that right leg so you can cross your left over the right, placing the left sole of the foot onto the earth, bending into that right knee so you can bring your right heel towards your glute, sitting up tall, and then we'll get into our twist. So hooking your right knee or your left knee with your right elbow and twisting open, looking back behind you. Hugging your belly button into your spine here so you can twist deeply from your midline. Let your shoulders drop away from the ears. Breathing deeply. And on your next inhale, go ahead and release, coming back to center. We're gonna bring our left heel over top of our right knee and then shifting your legs so that you can stack your left knee over your right heel, coming into your double pigeon or your figure 4. Or not your figure 4, your fire log. And from here, flexing into both feet, maybe sitting up nice and tall and just letting yourself stay here as you breathe. Or perhaps you would like to fold yourself forward, getting into a deep stretch into the outer glute on the left-hand side. Big stretch here. One more round of breath. And as you inhale, if you folded forward, go ahead and push yourself up. And we'll just uncross everything, coming back into a cross-legged seat and getting back into that seated twist. So inhale your hands to the sky and exhale right hand to left knee, twisting open. Looking back over your left shoulder here. And completing your last round of breath. As you inhale, you can go ahead and release, coming back to center. From here, either staying in your cross-legged seat, or maybe you would like to come all the way down, scooting your bum forward and laying yourself onto the earth, coming into a mini Shavasana. So if you've found yourself on your back, maybe you'd like to keep your knees bent, feet wide, knees knock in towards each other. That can be really nice on the lumbar spine. Or maybe you'd like to grow both legs long at the end of your mat, letting your feet splay out. Hands open towards the sky, and just totally and completely relaxing, surrendering into the earth. Or if it felt better for you to stay upright in a seat, and just try to grow your spine again, nice and long, but allow for your body to feel heavy and relaxed, so you're not using too much strength to hold yourself up. Though wherever you are, let's come back into that attention of breath. So just following your inhales and following your exhales. Anapanasati, which is Sanskrit for observation of breath. So this will be our closing meditation or shavasana today. We'll stay here for about a minute or so, just following your breath, letting yourself relax, let your body be heavy and melt into the earth beneath you. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Continuing to observe your breath. And as you do so, beginning to deepen each inhale and each exhale. If you've chosen to lie down, you can go ahead and slowly bring your knees into your chest, hugging them in, giving yourself just a little rock side to side. And you can roll yourself over to whatever side feels good to you. And from there, go ahead and push yourself back up to a seat, maybe keeping the eyes closed down. And we'll meet in Sukhasana, cross-legged seat. Bringing your hands to heart center. From here, dropping your chin towards your chest. And again, bringing in that sense of gratitude for taking this time for you. Namaste. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope this practice felt good in the body and that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for joining me and Butters here. We're gonna go out on a nice trail walk now. She has been so patient. So like, comment, and share this practice with somebody that you think might benefit, and I'll see you next time. Much love. Mwah.